What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another Destiny What to Use in Weekly Heroic Strike video. This is February the 14th to the 20th. The modifiers this week are Heroic, Solar Burn, Specialist and Exposure. So the two good ones this week that we're going to take advantage of are Specialist and Solar Burn. So now that we've got the modifiers out the way, let's get into some of the weapons first. So for primary weapons, with Specialist being on, pretty much any primary weapon will do. Again, I always seem to center a bit more around hand cannons and scout rifles, as you know they tend to deal a lot more damage per bullet, so I just recommend them over anything else. As far as special weapons go, you're going to be wanting to use something again with the Solar Burn modifier on. Icebreaker this week absolutely shreds, absolutely phenomenal weapon. Invective, also another very good choice. Lord of Wolves, another exotic shotgun, very phenomenal as well. Even if you wanted to just use a legendary, archetype, just make sure you've got something with the Solar Burn on, so you're getting as much benefit out of it as possible. As it goes for heavy weapons, pretty much in the same situation. Make sure you're using something with the Solar Burn modifier on. So again, you could use a legendary weapon, just make sure it's solar. You've got Galahorn, you've got Sleeper Stimulant, you've got Raise Lighter. Got a few more options in there as well that are very good also. So definitely just try and make sure that you're using something again with the Solar Burn on, so you're really taking advantage of that Solar Burn modifier. For the Warlocks this week, we're going to be again using our Sunslinger subclass. So we're basically going to be running Touch of Flame, Viking Funeral, Solar Flares. This is a very good build. It's actually on my channel. If you want to go check it out, then you can do that indeed. Also, there is another build that I would recommend, and that is with the Starfire Protocol. If you want to use fusion grenades, this is a little bit more of a DPS boss focused build. If you're trying to get a lot of DPS in on a boss in a short period of time, definitely recommend running that. But that's pretty much Warlocks out the way. Now that we've got Warlocks out of the way, let's move on to the next class, which we're going to be covering Hunters. With Solar Burn being on this week, still do not be afraid to actually use your Night Stalker. Night Stalker is a very good support class that benefits you and your team. Now, this is the build I like to run on my Night Stalker. I like to run Predator. Obviously, the perk on here as well, where you actually create orbs on kills. Just Light of the Pack, that's what it's called. But just in general, just a very good support build. Don't be afraid to use your Night Stalker. Like I said, it's still a very good subclass for any other burn in the game. Now the next choice would obviously be using your Gunslinger or your Golden Gun. If you use Deadeye on here, maybe slap the Celestial Nighthawk helmet on, get a huge damage boost on your actual Golden Gun. Absolutely tears and rips through any bosses. Now if you don't want to use Celestial Nighthawk, you want to be a bit more of an ad clearer, you want to be able to use your Golden Gun freely as soon as you get it, slap the 4-shot helmet on, go to your Golden Gun, put Combustion on, and just absolutely rip through all of the ads. But now that's pretty much all the ideas for the Golden Gun this week. So last but not least is the Titans. Now Titans, very simple this week. Sunbreaker. Now Sunbreaker, absolutely phenomenal subclass. I'd recommend using the, I think it's Cauterize on, so you can actually stay alive. Thermite grenades are actually really good, surprisingly good in Solar Burn. Definitely recommend trying them out. Probably use Explosive Pyro on there as well, so when you kill one enemy with your hammer, they'll explode into another enemy, just chaining fire explosion damage into all of the other enemies. Use Melting Point as well, so you can actually run in and melee a boss, so they actually give you and your team a damage buff. Now if you wanted, you can run the Insurmountable Skullfort helmet, which actually gives you an additional melee charge, so then you have 2 melting points that you can actually use in rotation, so you can melting point a boss twice. Another idea is to actually use your Defender with Weapons of Light. Slap Illuminated on and Bastion, so it lasts even longer, increases the benefits. This is very good for team playing. Again, if you're in a team and you're all using Solar Burn sniper rifles, for example the Icebreaker, if you want to camp at the back of the map, pop your bubble down, maybe pop a tether off, and then just all rip into him with your Icebreakers. Very good strategy indeed to quickly speedrun the strikes. Anyway guys, hopefully this gives you an idea on what to use in strikes this week. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching this far, guys. Subscribe to the channel for daily content, and peace.